Um, I think patience. Patience was very important, and knowing that that everyone is learning together. So that ties in with being patient with each other. And what else? In terms of remote work, I wrote down a few thoughts about that. Being respectful of each other's time. So everybody was doing this on a volunteer basis, and everybody understood that. But then everyone, you know, by the end of the competition, everyone was devoting a lot of hours to this. So yeah, everyone was really committed, dedicated. Everybody was on the same page, which was very important. So communication was key. We used a backlog to track what we were doing in terms of the project. So there's the schedule, and then the backlog would sort of list the different teams and then what tasks they were working on. And so initially, I think in round one, it was more of a, you know, just keeping track of what tasks we were doing. But by the end of round two, the backlog became really key, because everybody would put in like what percentage they had completed of each task. And then that way, you know, when we checked in with each other, we would have a good sense of where everybody was in terms of the work that they were doing. And if there was somebody who was taking more time than one might have expected, then, you know, the rest of the teammates could sort of check in and say, hey, how's it going? I've completed my task. Can I pitch in towards what you're doing? So it was good. It was good for teammate communication. I think the backlog became useful for that. And I think, yeah, so to the best of our abilities, we tried not to, you know, send each other emails constantly, because we already know everybody's busy with their regular work. But the backlog was a good place where everybody was sort of, you know, in touch with each other. And but by the end of round two, I guess teammates within the smaller sub teams, I think most of us were texting each other by then, because it just became, you know, time-wise, it just became much more efficient. But the backlog was really useful for communication. Yeah, so I think I would say that patience, being respectful, and keeping up the communication were key elements.